Hey guys, Stealthy here and welcome back to Avorion. It's episode 39, and in this episode I want to be hunting down Xhotan, and lots of them. Now I'm back in my sector, 1 by 0, and I have the majority of the fleet here. I have the Roomba, the 7 provinces, my turret factory of course, the marauders around, the Sovereign, the Enterprise, and my current ship, the Defiant. A lot of these ships have been getting upgrades, and this means that the ships of the Sovereign class now have 2.26 million shielding on the Enterprise, and the Sovereign has 2.83 million because I was able to grab another shield upgrade for her. Now, they do not have impenetrable shields. That's an important thing to know. They do not have impenetrable shields, but what they do have is a lot of shielding and a decent amount of hull that should keep them alive for a while. 7 provinces has not been updated that much. She's gotten 3.76 million shields, so she can definitely hold her own for a while. And the Defiant, well, the Defiant got some upgrades. The Defiant is now packing very high DPS pulse cannon turrets. These things do 3,588 DPS. Their cooldown time is about 3 seconds, and they overheat in 1 second. So they pump out 42 continuous shots, and then they recharge for 3 seconds. And I have 10 of those turrets on here. There's 5 per side of the ship. She also got an upgrade in the form of more shielding. So she now has 3 shield boosters. I'm still not exactly happy about these. I would love it if these were all exotic, but I haven't gotten around to upgrading them all yet. And she also has a shield reinforcer, which means that her shields are now impenetrable. And with the low hull that the Defiant has at only 27,000, she should be able to be at least a bit more survivable. And we're about to put that to the test. Because what I want to do this episode is hunt down Xhotan ships, and a lot of them. So let's keep the Marauder around here to salvage and refine and repeat, because I did have some skirmishing going on in this sector. A couple of Xhotan figures just jumped me. And then we're gonna have, let's see, Sovereign, Enterprise, and 7. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna be farming Xhotan ships in this episode, and quite a lot of them. The reason why I want to be farming Xhotan ships is to get those nifty little Xhotan technology fragments. From what I've gathered, if you upgrade them enough, you're of course going to get the exceptional tech, and then you're going to get them at the exotic tech. And, well, I don't really know what comes out at the other end. I haven't really gotten that far yet. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of technology gets spit out by the time that we actually finish refining everything. Now we've got a nice little Xhotan frigate over here, and the Defiant just chews through her in almost no time at all. There's a bit of an asteroid field here, and the Defiant's not as maneuverable as she once was, because her maneuverability took a hit as I took off the acceleration upgrade to make room for the impenetrable shields. Just look at how quickly this thing goes down. The shields just get almost completely ignored, and it is just the pulse cannons which are doing a lot of work. I realize that the Enterprise and the Sovereign and the 7 provinces to some extent are vulnerable to getting hit by pulse cannons. So be it. The 7 provinces still has a complete repair wing and is not just very capable of healing herself up, but also other ships as and when they need those. Now I'm hoping that I can get a decent amount of upgrades here, and more importantly Xhotan tech fragments. Because my aim for this series is to wrap it up in the next episode. The series has been running then for 40 episodes, which I think is a good number. And, well, the only thing that I still have to do, at least story-wise, is to take down the Xhotan wormhole... No, not the wormhole guardian, but the... Let's say the final boss in the middle of the map. In 0-0. So that's going to be the focus of next episode. And this episode is just going to be farming Xhotan, getting upgrades. I'll probably do a bit more off-screen upgrading of my ships, getting them fully ready for the last battle, getting them the best weapons that I can afford, and then in the next episode we're going to take the fight to the Zoton, and we're going to put them down. At least that is the plan. I love these little bursts that the Defiant puts out. It really lines up with the ship quite well. Defiant, however, used to be pretty heavily shielded, though. The ship used to have, I think, 1.5 million shielding or something to that tune. And I had to reduce that. I had to lower that to make room for... Or not really to make room, but... the impenetrable shield upgrade, it requires that you sacrifice 70% of your shields. So that's what's happening here. That's why I don't have as many shield points as I did. Keep an eye on my other ships. Looks like one of them... Yeah, they might be engaging one pulse cannon ship here. Let's see, can you handle that one? It's not even armed. Enterprise is fighting over there. The Sovereign's fighting over here. Perfectly well shielded. I considered putting impregnable shield upgrades on all of my ships, but I actually found them to be less combat effective. Normally, these ships seem to perform rather well with their standard amount of shields, and every now and then you're going to run into one of those ships that has pulse cannons, much like the Defiant. It cuts right through your shields, and it neutralizes the ship very quickly. But that only really works against the Defiant, because the Defiant has such a low amount of hull hit points. The Enterprise, the Sovereign, and, well, let alone the 7 provinces with her huge hull, they're not as susceptible. But with their larger profiles, they generally take more hits from everything else. So I decided with those ships to go without an impenetrable shield upgrade. And with the Defiant, with her low amount of hull, she needs it. So she's going to have that upgrade. Oh, of course, I had to ram into it. Quickly nabbing that upgrade. What are we targeting? And where are we targeting it? There. Looks like the... I think it's Sovereign over here. Yeah, Sovereign already pretty much killed that off all by itself. We got another Xhotan Corvette over here. Whoa, hello. You can take care of that. Anybody else? I should really stop running into stuff. There's a Hunter. Where? There. Hey, buddy. Firepower, 6.1 Omicron. And that's why I invested heavily in these pulse cannons. One pulse cannon of the type that the Defiant carries cost me 6.1 million. So they're definitely not cheap, but they are very, very potent weapons. Alright, is that all of them? No, there's one Corvette surviving here. That also seems to be utterly without any kind of firepower. That's curious. Alright, move to intercept. Oh, looks like, what is that? The Enterprise? The Enterprise has no trouble taking her down. Then again, it's only a Corvette. It's a really small ship. There she goes. Right. Where's the Marauder? Because I had both the Marauder and the Roomba standing by. Because there is, of course, now a lot of stuff to salvage here. That's something that these guys can perfectly do. So you're going to go there, there, and there, and repeat. And we're going to go looking for more trouble. Speaking of trouble, I found a bunch of pirates. And they actually have a shipyard in -2/5. These guys have been responsible for killing off one of my ships. And I really give them quite a wide berth. Because I don't want a repeat performance of getting my ass handed to them. Or, well, my ass handed to me by them. Alright, guys. 7, Enterprise. And Sovereign. And yeah, Sovereign, we're all gonna go there. There are more Xhotan ships to kill. Everybody here? Yes. Very good. 7 provinces. Attack, attack, attack. Now I just need to target one ship. Fire once, and then everybody goes hostile. Alright, you. You're the unlucky first target. That's one. There's a frigate here. That's a third of the frigate gone. I'm looking at the impacts that I'm getting on the Defiant, but everything so far seems to be fine. It's not pulse cannons. And even those, actually, I don't have to worry about those anymore. Not with the impenetrable shields. Oh, you're one of these party tricks. It's one of these guys who just keep zipping around. Just gotta let him cool down a bit. And give him a full burst. Then he's down to 34%. That's a lot of laser turrets for one ship. Interesting armament. Down to 15. You done partying? No, he's still trying. Gotcha. Okay then. Who would like to go next? This one is very aggressively trying to kill the Defiant. Was. This thing's barely moving at all. Easy target. Pretty heavily shielded and quite a lot of hull. That's not helpful. These guns are fantastic. Can recommend. Another one on the Defiant. Killed. Next, you. He's already on the way to this one. Picking up more Xhotan tech fragments. Excellent. I think we're wrapping them up pretty quick. We can almost move on to the next sector. Of course, I will have to send in one or multiple ships who are actually going to start salvaging everything. Because I undoubtedly missed fragments. And not all of my ships are capable of hoovering up fragments effectively. So there are probably upgrades scattered all over the place here. Hardcore corvettes. This one first. There you go. The 7 vacuums up everything that she spots. But she's the only one. Sovereign and Enterprise don't do that. This guy's seen what happened to all of the other ships here. And he's not looking for repeat performance. Joke's on him. Okay, I caught that one. Battery upgrade. All the ships seem to be fine. They've taken a slight degree of hull damage, but nothing that they can survive on. So there's just this one frigate left, I think. Yeah, and a hardcore corvette somewhere. I don't think I need to intervene here. But of course I can help. Well, help. That was purely intentional. I was actually going for as much gunning on that ship as I could to make sure that I didn't take any actual damage from it. I just blew away the hull as it was in front of me to make sure I didn't take any damage. All working according to plan. One other nifty thing about these pulse cannons is that they knock off parts of the ship. Usually the AI ships don't have any kind of structural integrity generators, so that means that you can just break parts of the ship off. And I've had it happen where I was fighting a dreadnought with the Defiant, and I just started attacking its engines until it was almost dead in the water. Well, maybe not the water, but dead in space. Okay, let's see, what's the loot? We got a couple of quad cannon turrets. I'm not really gonna go with any turrets that I picked up here. I much prefer to build my own. And that means that I can just designate exactly what I want on a turret. What sort of firepower, what sort of effectiveness, what sort of range, what kind of a weapon system altogether, what should it do damage against. All of that important stuff I want to be designating myself instead of having to rely on the AI to do it. Okay, 7 provinces. I'm going to switch over to you. And then we're going to go back to the equipment dock. I need to see if there's any kind of fighter that I can use. Salvage fighters, preferably. Ideally, not terribly expensive ones. Because I, of course, now do have my own equipment dock. And I don't need exceptionally good fighters. I just need fighters which are capable of very quickly salvaging items. Yeah, there is a salvaging fighter for Avorion. Productive effort's not terribly high. Yeah, I think I can make that work. Let's head over here and get that stuff fixed. And it looks like the Marauder is still trying to tear apart one of the ships over here. We got another destroyed ship there. Another wreckage, or at least debris field here. Another wreckage over here. At some point, for some reason or another, a bunch of Xhotan ships jumped into my sector, and I promptly took the fight to them and knocked them back out of the sector. But of course, that left behind quite a lot of debris, so it was pretty easy for me to just get a few of my ships to start salvaging here. And they are. The Marauder is still operating here. Alright, if I want to build one of those, what's that going to cost me? 4,200 Avorion. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. And it's going to take me, what, 90 seconds for a single fighter. That's really good. Again, I'm not expecting miracles from the DPS of these things. That's really not the point. I just want to make sure that I have a couple of ships, a couple of fighters that can go out and quickly salvage everything in the sector. That's the plan here. Now we cleared out that sector. There's more Zotan here. You, and you over here. I do need to set a marker. I think it was here. Salvage. I still need to go in there. Ooh, it looks like they had a massive battle over here. This is something that a lot of ships can spend a lot of time salvaging. My FPS is actually notably going down because there's so much happening in this sector. Alright, let's antagonize the Zotan. Probably starting with a summoner would be a good idea before it manages to get a whole bunch of assistants in. 29,000 firepower, but that remains to be seen. That's the summoner gone. Alright, Sovereign, Enterprise 7, attack. Next closest target. Over there, 15 clicks out. That's a wreckage. I thought that was a really big Xhotan ship there for a while. Oh, the Marauder is already done. Okay. So I can then send that ship over to that sector that I just raided and see if it can pick up any additional salvage. Clear. Alright. Where is the Marauder? Over here. I want you to refine. Go there. Sell. No, that's mine. Salvage which can. Go back. No, not necessarily loop, but refine, and then go here and salvage and refine. And I'm not going to loop that. That's not really required. One fun thing about the Defiant is that if I need to, I can still make this ship bigger, and I might do that. Then I can install even more pulse cannons, but it does come with a trade-off, and that's that the ship's not going to be as maneuverable. She's going to be a little slower. This is getting really annoying. That thing can keep doing that party trick, and it's going to take me a while to take it down, because every time I do damage, it jumps. So every time I'm getting, what, 5 to 10% damage on the ship? If that. It's not like they have some sort of cooldown either. They just keep jumping. There. Ship's down to 68% structural integrity. Come on. 65%. 56%. Knock it off. 50. 42. Oh, these things are so annoying. 28%. Hello. Maybe not stop directly in front of the Defiant. 19%. Are you done jumping? No, you're not done jumping. Of course you're not done jumping. 18%. Oh, it's like the moment I fire, it starts jumping. Or is it the moment that it takes damage? I think not even the game knows where that ship is at the moment. I think it's still trying to do jumps. Look, now it seems to be there. But is it really? Because I'm doing whoa, hello. I'm doing damage to it, but it's not actually getting registered by the ship. Ship destroyed. I think that ship's a bit bugged. See, the hitbox is right next to the ship. Anybody's guess where that thing is right now. At least it's getting attacked by more ships now. Maybe we can pin it down between all of us. She is taking damage again. Sort of. See, I'm not hitting her. Ah, there we go. Finally. Alright, my dear Seven, how many fighters have you produced so far? Because I think there is a ton to salvage now. This is a salvage wing 1. I'm going to add another one, and I also want you to start producing there. Right. The Marauder had nothing to salvage, so she's going to head over to the next sector. That was mostly Xhotan ships. The sector that I'm in now also has a bunch of others. Roomba, I think, is still clearing. Where's Vulture? Here's Vulture. Vulture, I also want you to help out. You're gonna salvage, you're gonna go there, you're gonna refine, you're gonna do it all over again. Right. Let's see, are there any other sectors that I can attack? Yes, there. -7 by -4. Switch to Defiant. 7 provinces. Start salvaging. And we're gonna head over to -7 by -4. Did I pick up any nice new turrets? Xanian R mining turret. Okay. Double coaxial lightning. That's a pretty healthy amount of DPS. 4.8 million. Not bad. Coaxial laser turret. I still don't really like these because they simply don't do enough damage. Alright, I'm looking at 12 Xhotan fragments, so that's going to be ideally 3 good upgrades. 3 of the Xhotan technology fragment exceptional tier. But I'm still going to need a lot more if I want to make it to Xhotan technology segment exotic. So it's going to be a while before I can get that done. Oh, a resistance outpost. And a wormhole, no less. Fascinating. Where does that lead? Oh, hold on. I can claim that one and quickly either get my own mine or grab some extra cash. I think I'm just going to go for extra cash because I'm wrapping up. There. That's 500,000. Where does this lead? Where did we end up? Oh, there. Okay. It's not terribly far from the core. But it's still not really where I want to be exploring. Okay, let's say I wanted to upgrade the ship and double it in size. That's going to cost me 15 million credits, which I have. It's also going to cost me 565,000 Avorion, which I don't quite have, and a lot of Xanian. And then I'm going to have a ship that's, I think, worth, or length, 811 meters, because it's currently 406. Which, for the Defiant, is already a lot. It's a lot longer than she normally is. Plasma turret, double chain gun turret. Those shield upgrades could be really nifty. Really handy to use. A couple more weapon systems here. Now, I believe I did sell off quite a bit of Avorion earlier to my own equipment dock. So there is potential to get additional Avorion that way. Let's head over to the equipment dock. And sell off everything that I don't need. There we go. 15 million gained. That's good stuff. Unfortunately, no real nice weapon systems or upgrades here. There is a 21 million coaxial railgun turret with a pretty high DPS per slot. Not a bad gun. I mean, it's a great gun, but it's not a bad gun. Oh, this would be nice, actually. 7, could you come over here for a sec? That's the Marauder. This is the provinces. She's probably gonna have to collect her fighters first, and then she'll come over. But I just need more ships capable of mining a whole lot of stuff fast. Speaking of, by the way, that's something that the Vulture would be better at, I think. Vulture, are you here? Yeah, she is. Okay. Vulture. This ship got destroyed not too long ago. And that caused quite a loss of salvage wings. Now, these are only trinium birds, so they're pretty bad. But if I give her 10 of those Orgonite salvaging fighters, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, salvaging-wise. And sure, it'll be a bit of an investment. But at least I'll be able to get this ship back to what it's actually good at, which is salvaging. And yes, she does have turrets, but they are limited to Xanian, so they mine Orgonite at best. They won't mine Avorion. And the Avorion that I currently have is already being used by the 7 provinces. Alright, trade equipment. Fighters. There. DPS on these things is only 73.6, so it's really not that good. But hey, it helps. Requires production blocks? Oh! Right, Vulture never got a production block. Okay. If I give you an Avorion assembly block, is that going to help you at all? wonder how much time it's going to take to build one fighter. 21 minutes. Yeah. That is quite long indeed. We still have this whole slot up here. Bit wider. How long is it going to take now? 4 minutes. That's better. Start production. And it's going to cost me 4,000 Orgonite, which I easily have. I might just build out a lot more assembly here. It's not going to look pretty, but it's going to speed up production significantly. There we go. 1 minute, 39 seconds. That's the kind of production I'm looking for. And now, 1 minute, 12 seconds. Very good. We're also going to do that on salvage wings 2 and 3. And sure, if I have all of these production lines running, it's going to take a bit more time, but it won't be that bad. It'll be perfectly workable. So she's now going to be churning out fighters pretty quick. It's going to take 3 minutes, 30 seconds, because I'm running 3 different production lines at the same time. And I can now transfer back over to either the 7 or the Defiant. Let's see what the 7 has. Yeah, her salvage wings are being produced. She's eating away at my Avorion supplies, but those should be replenished pretty soon. Because of course I have the Monorkin and I have the Miranda, which are both refining. Miranda is waiting, so I'm probably going to get a good chunk of Avorion. And where is the Monorkin? The Monorkin also has 90,000 Avorion and 46,000 Orgonite. She's going to be getting that pretty damn quick. Roomba has a lot of Avorion on her. Yeah, we'll be fine. Just to check, how much cargo space does the Vulture have at this point? 6.75k. Let's add you a bit more cargo space then. Let's try and fit this in again. She's pretty easy to get working again. To get lined up, I mean. And hangar bay wise, we have masses of space. We have 243 space for fighters. So this will perfectly fit. Alright, so that's our mobile carrier for salvaging. Let's get back to the 7 because I need to see what other sectors I can check out. And she has a good sensor system. -6 by -6 by 5. Defiant, off you go. Sector's probably being loaded into memory. Just a bunch of asteroids. Very good. Enterprise. And Sovereign, check out... Hold on, what do we have? Is there fighting to be done here? Come on. There has to be some... Ah, Zotan. Yes, there is fighting to be done there. Okay, 7 provinces. We're going to head over there as well. More Zotan in my sector. As long as I don't shoot them, I shouldn't have a problem with them. I'll be commanding Defiant, and you have detected just a bunch of asteroids. Alright. Everybody ready? Because we are going to start a fight. And we got a fair amount of Zotan ships here that need killing. Let's see, any priority targets? Do they have a summoner? No, they don't. They don't have a quantum corvette either. Which means none of those fancy party trickers which are just going to keep jumping around all over the place. So I guess just pick the closest target and blow it to bits. This one actually has... Is that a resistance to my type of weapon? No. No, it's not. It's really not. There we go. The Avorion has been restocked to 315,000. Perfect. Next. Hello. Oh, there you were. 14 clicks out. Picked up a coaxial mining turret again. Next. Oh, you look like pulse cannons. Fortunately, you're picking Defiant, which is perfectly capable of defending herself, as opposed to the others. If she was targeting the 7 provinces, or the Sovereign, or the Enterprise, the damage would have been pretty severe. Or could have been pretty severe. They all fall before me. Oh, we got a party trigger. We got a quantum. That's half your hull gone. Let's see how long you can keep that up. Depends on how much the game's gonna lag, I suppose. 44%. Oh, he's gone. I'm not sure who killed him. Maybe the 7 provinces. Done. That's the last one? No, it's just a few around. Okay, I need you to already start salvaging. Because there is plenty to do here. There go the fighters. Stop salvaging with your main weapons, you idiot. That's not salvaging, that's destruction of property. Oh no. That's not exactly what I had in mind for the 7 provinces. Going to town on targets that can still be broken up. Not that I need the resources, I just need the Xhotan fragments. But I'm not sure if they still have a chance to drop if you just blow the ship up. As opposed to carefully taking it apart, bit by bit, using salvaging lasers. Allow me. Alright. There's a savage over here. Sovereign's working on that one. Whoa. The Enterprise took a bit of a hit to their hull. 61% remains. She's gonna need to fix herself up. Ship in 3x5 cannot find any more stuff. Okay. That's Vulture, right? No, it's not Vulture. Vulture, salvage where you are. Oh, in 1-0 you cannot find any more wreckages either? Curious. Vulture, come over here. I think I'm just going to transfer all of the salvaging wings from the 7 provinces over to the Vulture, because I don't trust the 7. She's a bit too trigger happy. This thing's narrowly inside the range. 6.5 clicks is about what I have. Pretty tough, this one. Fair amount of hull. Destroyed. Point defense laser. Alright, is that everybody? That's everybody. Okay then. Transfer over to the 7 provinces. Tell those salvaging fighters to come back. Because my faith in those things is very limited. Tell the Vulture to come over here. So we're going to transfer over all of those fighter wings. Insofar as they're ready, that is. I can have the provinces make them, but I don't want to use them on the provinces. Where are those wings, though? They're somewhere over there. So the 7 probably went on the offensive. I think that's what happened. And then she left all the salvaging wings behind. That's not what I want. How far are those guys away? 30 clicks or something. Oh, they're gonna try and take down one of those Xhotan breeders again. That's possibly considered rubble. Considered as a wreckage that can be salvaged. Alright, slow the ship down. Fighters are coming back aboard. Yep, everybody's docking. Good. Let's get the HUD back on. Who am I missing? Just the one on the left. Welcome back. Okay, Vulture. Your ship in 3x5 cannot find any more wreckages. There. Oh, that's Roomba. Roomba's clearing that up. Or attempting to. Get ready. Salvage. Go there. And we're fine. Where are you going? Exactly? Vulture? Because you seem to be a bit lost. I understand the ship was idling, but not over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the wing full. Let's see, anything good I picked up here? Orgonite R salvaging turret for 1 million. 90,000 for coaxial laser. That tells you all you need to know about that one. Sandian mining turrets, anti-fighter, double laser. Couple of system upgrades, but nothing really that catches my attention. Coaxial force turrets. Yeah, it's not like I really need money at the moment. I'm much more interested in getting those Xhotan parts. That's the stuff that I really want. Escort me. Alright, interact with ship. Transfer the fighter wing over. Done. And then the provinces should be capable of building another wing. The Vulture has her own salvaging fighters coming up. She already has that good level of Orgonite fighters, and then the salvaging fighters built out of Avorion. She does not yet have enough pilots, however. So let's interact with the ship, transfer over the pilots from the provinces, because I probably won't need those. Yeah, here. 100 pilots. Go. And if I do need them, I can just train up a bunch of new guys. Let's say I want another, I don't know, 100 pilots. Yeah, this ship is now having problems with housing all the crew members. So let's set up a Trinium crew quarters right here down the middle. Bit wider. That should house all the crew. I'm also going to need a few standard crew members to make sure that I can do the regular duties of these ships. Standard crew members, I'll take 50. Oh, it's overpopulated again? Better? I mean, that should do it, right? What's with sign? There we go. She now still has 2 spaces for additional crew members, but that's all. That's really not that much. Right. What else am I going to do? Back to the Defiant. There are more Xhotan ships that need killing, and I think they need killing over here in my home sector. How's the supply of Avorion? Supply of Avorion's pretty good, but it's not quite at the level where I can double the size of the Defiant. So let's see where those Zotan ships have gone. Corvette over here. I have to be a little careful in this sector, because if they do make it to my stations, then they can inflict some damage on the stations, but more importantly, they can inflict damage against my builder ships, and those are the ones that I'm carefully nurtured over here. They're not expensive, but it's just annoying if I want to have additional builders over here. Shoot first, ask questions later. Anything interesting? Generator upgrade. This guy does not seem to have any weapons. And nor does that one. Or... oh, no, it does have weapons. There you go, it just destroyed a builder. You're gonna regret that, buddy. And there goes the other builder. Really? These things at least have quite a bit of shields. That used to be enough before the barrier. But now after the barrier, they're actually losing their shields pretty quick. That's a bit inconvenient there, Mr. Corvette. Thank you. And it's the first time that I've seen a station actually vacuum up the resources there. Interesting. Okay, Vulture, you need to be on salvage operations. And if you need to drop it off, you can do so there. And I need to find more Zotan ships. So let's switch over to the 7 because of that excellent radar. Or you know what? I could just increase the size of the Defiant by 50%. It's not like I'm going to manually adjust this ship anyway. So it's not like I really need to make sure that the scaling is going to stay the way that it normally would be. This I cannot afford. This I can afford. Boom. Alright, she now has 2.82 million in shielding. And that's including the system that makes her less vulnerable to taking hits. I had all my turrets removed, and the ship's no longer as maneuverable. So she now has a lot of impenetrable shielding. 4, 5, 6. Firepower 43.06 Omicron. Length of the ship 689 meters. Acceleration's pretty bad. But then again, I'm missing out on a lot of crew here. Jesus, she really upped in size. Let's use the tractor beam to bring her in. I'm going to need pretty much everything here. Fortunately, there's at least a commander available. I'm going to need more engineers and mechanics. More gunners. More standard crew might fix it. Crew quarters are perfectly fine. I have 613 people that I can take on this ship. Do you have any of the crew members that I require? Nope, not really. You have some. Oh, she's starting to feel really sluggish. It's not what I wanted for the Defiant. Not exactly what I had in mind. I thought this was going to stay a nimble ship. Nimble, maneuverable, quick to get into and out of fights. But she's just getting really sluggish. I need engineers and mechanics. Just higher standards. Is that really not going to be enough? Oh, there we go. Okay, so what do we have? We got a yaw of 0.39, a pitch of 0.43, and a roll of 0.43. I have a lot of shield generator. I don't think I need all of it. The directional thruster systems are built out of trinium. If I up those to directional Avorion thrusters, is that going to help me or hurt me? That's actually going to hurt my roll ability. Okay, let's not then. What about the gyros? Yeah, the gyros are already all Avorion tier. So there's not that much that I can gain with that. She does not have a cargo hold. She does have a fairly high amount of crew quarters that I might not need. Or at least not that many of them. So maybe I can put some additional gyro arrays in there. The thing that I most need, I think, is a bit more yaw. That's gonna... Yeah, it's gonna add yaw a bit. Not a whole lot. 0.43, 0.43, 0.43. 0.46. I'm also looking at the amount of crew that I have. 0.46, 0.43, 0.52. So roll's quite good now. Now just work on the pitch a bit more. Let's see if I can also get that to about 0.5. That'd be nice. Yeah, pitch 0.58. Now we just have to work on the yaw again. 0.5, 0.58, 0.52. That's good. Crew members still have enough room to live. She's a bit more maneuverable now. And she definitely has a lot more staying power with that 2.82 million shield. Yeah. And 1.43 thousand hull. If I was to take off that impenetrable hull system, that one, I would gain another 70% of shield durability, but I don't think that that's really what I need. What I would like is a radar system, because I don't have any idea about what's going on here. But apparently I don't quite have the range right now. I mean, this is +6 and +6. Yeah, I might as well install this one permanently. Here. How many Xhotan fragments do I have? 13. That's 4-ish upgrades. Okay, looks like we got Zotan again. That's good. The summoner, yep. And it happens to be right here. Alright, Defiant. Battle test. One down. Two down. Incoming Xhotan frigate. 3 down. So far I took what? 5% of damage? 3%. Dead. Next. If I don't go with a radar system, I can add a whole lot more turret systems. And the pulse cannon turrets that I have right now only take up 1 slot. So I could have even more of these turrets on this ship. That's pulse cannons right there. She doesn't have to worry about them as much, of course, but... Pirates are attacking this sector? Why the hell would pirates be attacking a Xhotan sector? That looks a little counterproductive for them, because there's nothing to raid. Where do you think you're heading off to? You got places to be. Every burst pretty much takes 40% off the ship's hull here. No, 35%. Really? Really? There you go. It's a bandit, a hardcore bandit, and a pirate. What are you guys possibly hoping to achieve? Oh no. It's another jumper. Here we go. Quit jumping around. I have other business to attend to. Just spraying a bit, hoping that I can still hit the ship while it hits its next location. Almost got him. It's 2%. Gotcha. Alright, there's a Zotan frigate. Whoa, we got another salesman trading system. Those are expensive and very useful. I mean, I already have one. But I don't mind having yet another one. Did I pick up any additional fragments? Yes, I did. Good. Zotan frigate over here looks to be taking severe damage from that pirate, of all people. Yeah, you're not getting away this time. The pirate's gonna take you down there, Zotan frigate. Sure, that's not what he had expected. To be taken down by a pirate. Although, I don't know, maybe the Zotan consider everybody as pirates. This thing is pretty tough, this hardcore guy. But not that tough. Is that the last of them? No, there's still a tough Xhotan frigate out there. And judging by the debris next to it, I think it might have taken care of one of the pirate ships. But at expense, because this ship also took a lot of damage. Hull's down to 50%. We might be able to get that a little lower than that, right? 0% looks like a good target for the hull strength. Now, if the Vulture is building more fighters, I'm going to check how many fighters she actually has at this point. Just dunked it out of the way. At this point the Defiant's getting quite heavy, so she doesn't really care that she rams into stuff. At least not as much as she did. There. I'm not really seeing any blue pickups. So there might not be any fragments in here. Unfortunately. No. Okay. Let's see, how is the Vulture doing? Because I wonder what the Vulture has in her cargo bay at the moment. I notice that every now and then I get additional upgrades and stuff. Yeah, see, she's not carrying that much, but then again, that was not her purpose. That's not the intention of that ship. The Roomba, carrying a bit of scrap Xanian. Got the Monorkin, happily chipping away to Avorion, Xanian, Trinium, Orgonite. Marauder, Avorion, Orgonite, Scrap. Okay, good. Right, this is where I'm going to leave you, this episode. In the next episode, it's going to be time for the big fight. I'm going to try and take down that wormhole, or that Guardian, and see how well I'm going to be able to take it. Or, well, maybe not take it. We shall see. So join me next time, and we're going to be trying to take down that final boss. See you then.